I didn't start it.
Nope,
I didn't start it.
But like, yeah, as I bring all the footage into the media player to like import it, because I do it all, like I just select it and then I drag it and drop it. I'll just drag it and drop it to a timeline on the file under the library, and then it just imports all of it, and then I delete all of it, and then I start. But yeah, I always put it in just to see how much footage it is. Then I can judge the overall project time on like it was like these wedding videos and the last YouTube video are all like 2 hours to 3 hour timelines, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna take 36 hours to totally finish. You know, like working hours.
36
hours or somewhere in there
for 3 videos.
For like a one wedding video.
Those are wedding videos, though.
Yeah,
so
like,
they took a little.
I mean, my first wedding video took me like 80 hours to do, like 2 full working weeks. You know, which is way too fucking long. So like that needs to get worked down to like, you know,
I'm gonna have to bleep out that.
You need to be able. And
you
some
said
people,
that before the beginning. It was in that gap. I think the F word. I have to bleep that now. Thank you.
Some people like take like 4 to 8 weeks to do a video. You know. And it's like if I can do it in like under 30 working hours.
To do a wedding video.
Yeah.
To do one of those videos. Yeah. But your fishing videos go way faster.
But yeah, like and like those timelines are like, you know, they still take like 10 hours. But like this last one, I said took 3 hours.
Yeah.
From an imported timeline.
You did one less than that, right? When you told me one where you're like, I think you said like an hour or something.
Those are different though. It's like
a little bit different.
That's like one of the Yellowstone River update videos.
Oh, okay.
You can, I mean, the time like your overall video is 2.5 minutes. You know, you're just like there's a 3-minute talking piece that gets cut down as you break down like the dead spots. I break out all the dead spots, you know. And that like gets cut down to like 2.5 minutes, and then you just gotta overlay some drone footage, and then it's a video.
And that's what I do with the hunting videos that I.
And like it's exactly what you want to present to the audience.
But my podcast, I won't edit out those like 1 second, 3 second lulls. You know, those where we don't talk. You know, right?
Yeah.
I just let those roll. Mainly for time save on my time of editing too. Yeah. And I don't know, genuine, not seeing a splice right there too.
One of the people that inspired me to do that is Aaron Weeb on Uncut Angling.
Uncut.
Because when you have a 30-minute video, and all he does is just use like GoPro footage, just him like talking, and he cuts out every dead second.
And I could see that. You know, is he by himself?
It's because I don't. It's because I don't really.
Or his podcast by himself. That makes a lot more sense.
It's not a podcast. It's just like a regular fishing video.
I mean, yeah.
And it's like that makes sense because I don't really.
But sometimes these podcasts, if you do a video portion of, if you make a video during your podcast. If you are videotaping yourself, I guess, because you could do videos in different ways. But if you're videotaping yourself, I believe people like to just see the genuineness of it not being spliced. Like, what did you just cut out right there? You know, what fucking stupid thing did you just say? People want to hear it, man. Yeah. They want to hear it.
Kind of, but at the same time, I don't. You know.
Yeah, no, and that's like, that's like you were saying earlier. What kind of content do you want to put out? Yeah. What kind of content do you want your listeners? What kind of group do you want following you? Do you want right?
And like what creative?
What do you want your listeners to be listening to and watching?
Exactly the video you want to present to your viewer. You know.
And I think, I have so much footage from hunting and fishing, doing all these trips that I need something to put over top. So as you can see, I probably have some footage going right now, people. That is just random, maybe a bear trip or this or that. So from here on out, I'm going to have some video that ties into what we're talking about, and also footage that does not tie into what we're talking about completely, and just trying to get rid of some footage that I go on these amazing trips, but I just don't have a ton of time to edit them all together. Still do the podcast and videotape the hunting and fishing videos because I do some crazy, awesome shit. But then put the podcast and those hunting and fishing videos together. Yeah. What have you been doing on your channel?
Well, lately we got just the, my channel is Rush Outdoors, for those of you that don't know. This mic is probably crisp right now. Just as crisp as the seltzer. But yeah, no, on my channel, we've been doing the Montana walleye circuit. We did the first leg of the Fort Peck circuit. But those videos were We caught so many fish. They're just little fish, though, you know.
Right.
And it's like there's a video to be made, but I wanted to do it a different way because I figured that was a much more engaging thing to have, like, me and Cody, like, talking about it instead of us just, like, in the boat catching itty bitty fish, you know, like.
Explain what you're saying here.
Well, there's just no, like, super awesome action footage. You know?
Right, so what you're saying is you sat down with Cody and made a podcast.
Yeah.
And did what I was just kind of saying, in a way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And
spliced over the
think,
fishing and
I think they're kind of
video
fun because it's a new...
over top of you talking.
It's
so
like a new
it
perspective, you know?
adds element of you talking about the sorrow or even the joy of, or whatever, anything that happens, you get to talk about it. It adds a little bit more. Yeah, that's cool.
But that's just because there's simply, like, and maybe it's because I'm spoiled from the Deadeye guys at the Crooked Creek video, the Fort Peck video, where we just, I mean, that was incredible to film. I mean, that's like a 50-minute movie, you know, and there's just unbelievable. There's 13 over 30 walleyes. Like, it's just an unbelievable trip, you know. So, like, probably just more or less an ego thing. Like, it's just boring for me to edit so many little fish like that.
I hear you.
And I just need to spice it up a little bit. And I think the viewers kind of enjoy that too because, like, unless there's a big one, like, hopefully we can get into a big one at this next tournament. We're leaving on Wednesday.
It adds the drama.
You're
putting a lot of suspense in there.
There's a much funner story to tell when there's, like, a big fish at Canyon Ferry or, like, the Crooked Creek videos. And I know why people love those videos. It's because it was, like, the vlog, but there were some serious fish caught, you know? Like, it's much more easy to make a video with, like, insane content than a video with, like, to me, personally, just average content, you know? And it's like, I have so much average content that, like, the cream of the crop is what makes it so much funner, you know?
Case in point why I want to change up things here.
But no, but, like, and so, like, the struggle's real, you know? And, I mean, I could make a video at Canyon Ferry of us catching, we caught literally 80 12-inch walleyes. But it's like they're on bottom bouncers and crankbaits. So we're just trolling around, you know, there's just nothing.
Yeah, nothing exciting about it.
There's like 20 hours of, like, the same footage, you know.
And if it's not super exciting to you, then you can't fake excitement. Like,
and that's why I made the latest videos in the Yellowstone, like the how to locate fish and stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
Because,
like that seems like something you could dive into and get deeper and deeper into at the further you know. You're like, oh, I didn't really even think about this. And you're learning things and teaching others.
I'm more or less teaching, but like, I mean,
and I'll keep doing something like that.
I've gotten asked so many questions about it, you know,
how to use this certain lure, or how, you know, little 3-minute videos of something. Yeah, that's cool.
And, like, I mean, I've just been on that stretch my entire life, so it's like, if anyone's an expert at that stretch of the river, it's me. Yeah. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
And so it's easy for me to make that content. Because it's exactly what I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you have to have that confidence too on the river. You know, you can't be second guessing things.
Yeah,
you can't make bad decisions out there. You just got to be like, I got this.
And it's fun to, like, call, like I said in the start of this next video that's coming out on Wednesday. I just edited it today. And, like, I mean, I say right off the bat, you know, like, it's fun to be able to call your shot in the river. Because you can, like, just like I did with you and Kyle and shit, you know, like, just throw it here and we're going to start banging. Yeah. You know, and it's like, that's exactly how easy it is. But for me on the lake, it's like, I don't know where these fish are. Right. Whereas some other dudes are like, yeah, it's the same thing with them. They just go, doink, bang, you know. Yeah. And it's like, to be able to do that, like, and you don't just be able to do that. Like, it takes an entire lifetime of, like,
and there's different parts of the lake too. You know, it's not like some people know the lake, right? But there are different aspects of the lake. There's the river that comes into the lake. There's the river that comes out of the lake. You know, that's two different things that you can fish there. But you can have access to it like that. So I would consider it, you know, you can just get off the lake and go to some of these rivers. Like, for instance, Sealy Lake, Montana. Well, that's where I know, that's where I learned how to lake fish. But the river's right fucking there. You can just go to it. So it's, in a way, part of the lake. You know, you just be there. But but it's a different. So if you're fishing the lake, you're kind of fishing a little bit different than if you were fishing that river, but they're the same.
Yeah.
In a way, right?
Yeah.
So there's that, but then there's the bank fishing, which lily pads, cattails, that kind of stuff, rocks, you can fish off of that. But then there's also deep water fishing, right?
Yeah.
You can jig down in the bottom, or you can troll the shores. You
Like,
know, so there's these different aspects that you have to learn.
It's
to
similar
know
because
lake fishing.
you're still fishing for fish in water. Like in general, it's like that's how similar it is. Mm-hmm. But it's like photography and videography. They're so different when it comes down to it.
Oh yeah,
Like it's not like they're very similar,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
but they're so different. When you
so
like
different.
start breaking it down, you go like, I've been on this lake for 8 hours and I haven't seen a fish.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like on the river, I can walk 200 feet and I can call a fish out.
Yeah,
Like that ripple is going to hold fish.
for sure, for sure.
Whereas like in the middle of the lake, you're like, dude,
And that's in the middle of the lake. Like you can
I don't know, you know.
you can troll those shores, and as you're trolling, cast out to the shores, and you can be hitting a big area right
Yeah.
there.
But I mean, if yeah, like unless you have like a lake map, like a chip on your sonar and a decent sonar, then you can actually see the whole bottom of the lake,
Yeah,
and you can like and then you can actually transform into like, okay, now I can see like I can literally see fish in my sonar 30 feet that way, and it's like, okay, well now lake fishing is all of a sudden easier.
yeah. I've never really done that. So
Oh, dude.
so deep water lake fishing is not at all my expertise. But
don't
if you
think-
want to go to the shore and fish with lily pads, I can show you so many tricks,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? So I've been on the lake my entire life, but I don't really do deep water, right?
Yeah.
So there's, it's funny. Lake is funny. It's a funny one.
No, and yeah, lakes are, it's just like that though. But I mean, like in a
But
river, you can
there's
go
a
up
ripple.
and- yeah,
You know?
there's a ripple. There's a certain thing that's going to hold fish.
And you start getting the hang of what ripples look like they would hold fish, you know, more than other ones. And you know, and
At a certain point, you're just thinking to yourself, that's enough structure. There's going to be fish.
right.
It-
Yeah.
Instead of casting like in the middle of the river, like thinking, oh, there could be.
And I
fish
feel
over
like
here,
there's
you're like,
maybe a touch more variations of fish in lakes than rivers. Is that just me being
I mean, it
weird?
depends on
or,
what system you're on.
Like if you're on a lake or on a river, you kind of have this like very similar fish. You know, like you have these certain ones. But if you're on a lake, you can maybe not though. Maybe I'm just tripping here.
It all depends.
I think I'm just tripping. Water, yeah.
Because I mean, there's so many ponds that have like just bluegill, bass, and trout.
Right. Dude, I know.
But yeah, at
I
the
know
same time, there's
pike
like,
and bass. Like,
you know,
don't
Fort
ask me
Peck-
about
Fort Peck
variations
has,
of
like,
fish.
I don't know, 56 species are in Fort Peck, I think.
Damn.
And every species that's in Fort Peck is in the Missouri.
Right.
So
Right. That's why I debunked what I was saying in the middle of it, because I was like, wait, the rivers are tying into all these lakes. So
I mean, unless you're comparing like Fort Peck or like even a Tongue River. I don't know.
to a point, I
But
could
certain
maybe
stretches of the
see
river
what I
only
was
hold
saying.
certain
Like if
fish,
I'm trying to like argue for myself here, because we've dammed off certain things where they've lost access to the rivers and we keep stocking. So I can see some of these places having certain like more abundance than other places, but I think that's just our intervention. Right?
Well, it also depends on the ecosystem, and because like Flathead Lake literally has 6 species of fish, 7 species of fish in that lake.
That's it.
Do you know all the fish in that lake?
I don't. Flathead is a ghost to me.
As far as to my knowledge, and I mean I could be wrong, but there's literally nothing but like carp, whitefish, brown trout. I mean this is off the top of my head, and this is my guess, and I'm pretty sure it's 100% accurate. Brown trout, rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, lake trout, like actual lake.
Didn't you say lake trout? Maybe you
No,
didn't. Maybe
I said
yeah.
brown, rainbow, cutthroat,
Carp.
lake trout, smallmouth, and largemouth bass. That's it. As far as I'm,
Can we just double check it?
that's 5, 6, 7, 8 species. I'm calling out 8 species in Flathead Lake.
All right.
So I Googled it, and it turns out I was wrong. There's also a couple I totally just forgot about. But in this article, it says, this is the flatheadlakefishing.com guide. It says something that I couldn't really identify or confirm, specifically to Flathead Lake. There are over 25 fish species found in the Flathead River Lake ecosystem.
Oh, so that, okay.
So that would infer that it also
Insinuate.
But at the same time, the river does flow into the lake. So I mean, it says 10 species are native and 15 have been introduced. Those species include, and a lot of these are like suckers and other weird things.
Is there a list of the 10 and then the 15? What were the 10 native? Is there a list of that? Is it this? Whatever. Continue on.
They're actually in alphabetical order.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. Continue on.
It says black bullhead, brook trout, brown trout, bull trout. So there's only 3 trout species. I think there's no, there's more than there's more than 3. It says brook trout, brown trout, bull trout, kokanee salmon, lake trout, which is its own species, and then lake whitefish, largemouth bass, large-scale sucker, long-nosed dace, long-nosed sucker.
What's a dace? Dace?
It's like a minnow.
Oh, okay. Okay. Continue.
Molted sculpin.
Sculpin.
Which is another itty-bitty minnow.
Really tiny thing.
That you would use for, like, you would get from a bait shop.
Yeah, we have those in
mountain whitefish,
Lewistown.
northern pike minnow.
Right.
And then like a peamouth, which is a sunfish, pumpkin seed, which is a sunfish, pygmy whitefish, which is another like sucker type, rainbow trout, red side shiner, slimy sculpin, which is another itty bitty minnow.
Right.
Smallmouth bass, west slope cutthroat trout, west slope rainbow, white sucker, and yellow perch.
Okay.
So I mean, there's about 4 more trout species than I thought. And there's a lot of suckers and minnows, obviously.
Yeah.
And kokanee salmon.
Okay. Interesting.
And black bullhead, so whatever. Either way, like, nothing about that lake makes me want to go fish it, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, man.
Like, if you ever drive by Flathead, you don't go, I want to go fish Flathead Lake.
Is it because it's so cold? Or
it's
is
just so disgusting. Like, you look at it and go, I don't want to...
Maybe it's not cold. I don't know nothing about Flathead. Don't listen to me.
Dude, there's nothing about Flathead that makes me want to go fish it. Like, yeah, I'll go out there in a ski boat, I suppose, and, like... Yeah. Water ski or like surf or whatever
hang
they
out
do.
At somebody else's cabin.
That's right. And there's just cabins everywhere. It's just like no one's out there.
You know what?
Fishing.
What would be really interesting to do is to get close to the bighorn sheep that are on the island that are right there.
Yeah.
Wild Horse Island or something like that.
Bighorn sheep on the island.
Yeah, they put them out there. They're protected. There's no hunting or anything out there, but
they put them out there.
Yeah, there's some out there.
They put them on the island.
Dude, I zoomed in on Google Earth and found them.
Dude,
you can see them on Google Earth.
That's animal abuse. Why would they?
No. I think they were there naturally, but they're protected now. I might be wrong. No, they were put there. They were put there, I believe. So get this though. Get this. This is a very interesting topic, man. The reason bighorn sheep were super abundant, like white-tailed deer.
Yeah.
When Lewis and Clark were coming across, they were widely spread, right? A lot of them. Now they are in these little tiny colonies, high up, right? Yeah. And we think that's like natural. I don't think that's natural. I don't think that's that's fabricated.
Drive through salmon, Idaho.
That's fabricated by humans. Okay, but get this. Get this, man.
There's sheep everywhere.
Get this though. Bighorn sheep?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there real sheep?
Like real sheep?
Not real. That's a stupid way of saying it. Are there domesticated sheep, the wool sheep, the ones that we harvest? That's the difference. Where there are sheep, you can't have bighorn sheep. They'll get a disease and die. That's a weird thing. I don't know the specifics. I just heard this, but there is like a massive buffer that you need to keep between the two, or else they'll get a disease. And that's why in Montana we have sheep. And not a lot, but we have enough that bighorn sheep are secluded to these little tiny areas. The island on Flathead. It's really weird what's happening with domestication of sheep and the drop in population of bighorn
sheep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the breaks, they don't have that problem.
Right, but there's no sheep. There's no domestic sheep in those areas. In those areas, I think
Like
it's
a sheep farm, like a sheep herd.
right. Yeah. And this is just something I just heard.
I think there's some
I heard
sheep
it
out
once,
there.
so let's look into this more. But that's interesting. That's really interesting.
That is
because they were
interesting.
so abundant back in the day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Dude, these things are 5%.
Those Bud Light seltzers?
This is 24 ounces of absolute happiness right here, dude. This is, I mean,
Man,
this
you
is
picked a good beer for me.
this is
Thank
a
you.
tall boy at 5%.
These Joe IPAs. Cheers to that. So I think with my podcast too, I may get like a different beer every time and do like, here, let's start it from here on out, okay? So every time I may start with a cheers and say what beer we're drinking, like cheers. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll like say what we're going to do next week so everybody that's listening can go get that beer and then cheers when we do it. Something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Right.
All right, so maybe we'll try to get that going. So I'm drinking a Joe IPA, the 10 Barrel Brewing Company. They're pretty good, man. Hop forward and citrusy. Damn, 7% though. Woo.
That's 7%?
All right. Yeah, yeah.
Woo.
All right.
You've already
All right.
down. You got one empty over there.
Respect. The Bud Light Seltzer.
But yeah, I know, dude. I've been drinking these. It's just it's one of those things where, like, in my other job, I do the mineral claim staking and like soil prospecting for minerals and gold and silver. And
Right.
you know, when you hike the mountains all day and you're exhausted, and you come home and crack, you get back to the cooler, your nice cold cooler at the truck, and you crack a seltzer
Yeah,
or like a water that's like a bubbly water.
for sure.
Dude, there's nothing more refreshing. Even like a vodka seltzer is so refreshing.
I think you were right in your case.
And I'm thirsty, and so this is just
Right.
delicious.
To me,
Whereas that would be like
no, this would be too much.
just be
I
too
would love this, but it would be too much. I think
This is
like
much more refreshing.
all day IPA though. Those are only like 4.9, like 5.1 or something. They're really light comparatively. Like that's what this is. It's like 5%, right?
Yeah,
But
It
it's
ain't
the taste that you're getting.
It
with
ain't no fucking Coors Light.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I love my IPAs. Just me. And it's person to person, right? So
These are cold too.
right. So if I gave you an IPA in that moment, you'd be like, "Awesome, this is cool," but I'd rather have that, right?
Yeah.
To me, same thing, but the opposite, right? So it's just a person to person, right?
Yeah, but no, everyone's come out with their seltzer. Natty Ida has a seltzer. Corona has a seltzer.
They all do now. So I'm off the bandwagon.
Granted,
the second
all
everybody
taste the
does it,
same,
I'm done
though.
with it.
They all taste the same though.
I'm done with Call of Duty. Everybody's doing it.
Warzone? You're done with Warzone?
No, I love those games, man.
Dude, the thing about Warzone is that my internet connection was like screwing with me. Like, I understand it takes so much bandwidth for that game.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it. Like, I get it.
What do you have for internet? Do you have the 300?
Won't keep up. I can't do it. And like at my house, it'll lag every like 10, 15 seconds. It'll like, because
Really?
my connection is so fucked.
So, what do you have for internet? Is it the 300?
Yep.
It must be some sort of connection then, maybe from
And my router is
from the pole,
the 300.
maybe at the pole, maybe at your box, maybe at your actual station. You know,
I know, and I mean the router can actually see
there might be
the
a
Xbox.
wire that's gotten frayed somewhere.
But everything else works. Like my laptop is fast as hell on the internet.
What kind of is it? Are you
Everything
going
else.
off of Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
All Wi-Fi? You need the landline. What you're doing, man?
yeah. I mean, that's just. I'm not going to run a 150-foot Ethernet cable.
You need to readjust where your line comes in.
If it was centrally located, like in the staircase, it'd be ideal.
Right. So where is it now?
It's in my little studio room,
In that back right
the corner
room?
of the house.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a where your line is coming in, right? The main line is coming into that room. You just need to relocate where that line's coming in. And it's super simple to do. So that line goes back to a box that's on the side of your house, which has a whole bunch of lines coming out of it, right? And your main one is that room, right? And then it has a whole bunch that are split from that, if I remember right. So that would be you want the main internet going to that box, which is your modem, and then your router's hooked into your modem, right? So then your router has just a limited distance that it can travel.
Yep.
And also, if you want to hardline, you need to be close to that modem. So we just need to unhook what one's the main one and run a couple tests. But you need to be able to make sure the connection between that line instead of the other one is solid. And it might not be solid, man, the one that you have going. So you might have somebody just look at
like
it.
The connection?
Right, the actual connection. Somebody that came the first time might have been tired. Dude, humans are humans, right?
Yeah, but like everything else works good though.
I get it. But something's wrong.
Even like Hulu kind of buffers.
Something's fucking wrong there if you have the 300 internet.
But see,
I don't know what it is. I keep saying 300. It's like, I'm not
techie.
techie. I'm not that techie, like 300 something, right? So, anyways.
No, but like everything else works good. Like even Hulu and Netflix sometimes. Does your Hulu buffer?
So most of your lines coming in, because you're going through Charter,
Yeah.
are a Cat 5, and they might have upgraded by the time since I've been there. So all those lines that are coming into the boxes, you need to hook up your actual, you need the line to be hot, right? So some of them are locked at your box. At your box, you'll have an actual lock on them to where you just unscrew it and reconnect it with some sort of attachment that either lowers or makes the frequency go higher to kind of equalize it out. I'm trying to explain.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, 100% serious. And I might be wrong on some of this, but this is kind of what I understood as. Hold on, let me finish because I'm on the train. This is kind of what I understood as I was doing things. I never actually got taught what was going on. I was just taught what to do to fix what was going on, right? So I didn't actually comprehend the numbers. I just knew that it needed to be right here at these numbers. So I was just I put this on to lower it. I didn't know exactly what was going on, right? But it was 100% good. It's so simple the way it is.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a rocket scientist. So the lines that are coming in, you have a main line come into the box and it splits, boom, goes to all these different rooms if you want them to, and I can put in more for you. But then you need to, every time you split it, it lowers the frequency, right? Yeah. So you're getting less, right? So if you split it once, right? So you have two lines, dude, you have hot fucking internet. So you might just have a whole rooms that you don't need hooked up.
And they're getting internet. Yeah.
And they're getting it, and you're losing stuff from it, right?
That's probably it.
It might be it. So if you focused your lines to the certain rooms you want, and then moved your modem to a hot line that was more centralized.
The hottest line.
The centralized line, the one that's not split as much, right? It would have the best frequency. That's not the right word. I don't think that's the right word. But I think we're getting the gist of what we're doing here. And then from there, if it's close enough, you hotline. Hotlining is the best way to do it, man.
Is that what you did here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's closest to my room. It sucked for Bubba. Sorry, Bubba. It's closest. It's right above us, right here.
Huh. And
my room's right here. Yeah. So you get what I mean, though. But that's the gist of what's going on with those lines coming in. This is the Cat 5.
Yeah.
So this is
Huh. And when I got my
I can't remember the name of it, but they just
nailed it to me. No one came and looked at anything.
Yeah, that's weird. But
it's so convenient.
No, it's convenient, but that's not optimizing your setup
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
no
happened
one came
there?
and looked at it. No one
when
came and
you
looked at
bought your house, nobody came.
No, I went to Spectrum and I said install myself because it's that easy.
It is, but you're losing.
That's
stuff.
probably the problem.
Yeah. So, but that's what you get by having somebody come and you pay them $35, I think, for doing this. You actually pay them it's a fee for having somebody come. There is, but you're gaining so much by optimizing.
Yeah.
You are, man.
Do I just call Spectrum? Call me, man.
Dude, I can do it for you. Maybe though, because I think they changed the status of their lines, which would be a fucking massive infrastructure change. I don't think they did that. That's what I heard though. That'd be a massive infrastructure. They'd have to change every Cat 5 line that goes from the box, every one of them, to a new, better line. that'd be a big change. So I don't know about it, but
They're probably gonna have to in the future.
I can come and look at it and let you know what I think you should do.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure,
we can do
dude.
that. Yeah.
At least
Because you need if you have the 300 internet, you're paying fucking $90 for it. You might as well get the best.
$60 a month.
I'm paying 90.
Call them and go,
What the
are
hell?
you serious?
What the hell?
Dude, call them and go, yeah, you guys got any deals happening? Okay, well then I'd like to cancel.
Am I paying 90?
And then they say, okay, yeah, we have a deal for you. I pay $60 a month for 300.
I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix yours. I'm gonna fix this.
How are you paying 90, dude?
Well, I just upgraded too, so
How do you not have Spectrum Mobile? That's what I want to know. I love Spectrum Mobile. Love Spectrum Mobile.
So what is that, like actual channels and stuff? What is this?
It's a phone service.
What do you mean? Spectrum?
Spectrum on the top left.
Wait.
Spectrum.
But dude. Okay, I hate saying it. No, I don't hate saying this because it just
I
makes
love
sense.
it.
Dude, I don't. I pay. Yeah.
How much you pay for your phone bill?
Can we move on?
How much you pay for your phone bill?
I don't pay for my phone bill.
Okay, well, if you don't pay for it, then that's...
Well, I throw my parents, and if you're listening to this, I know I owe you money. I mean, just talk to this, I guess. I owe my parents money for this because I'll just throw my parents like $100 here, $100 there because it's like $30 to them.
Yeah.
And I got badass fucking phone. Like I paid for my phone.
Yeah.
But it's like $30 a month through their program. That they can
See,
get.
Spectrum.
So,
I mean,
it's super cheap, man.
They do $14.95 a gig, and I can get on my phone right now. Go to the app.
So
and
what I'm
change
getting
my
right
plan.
now, what I get right now, I would be paying.
What's your
twice as much?
What's your current plan?
I'd be paying twice as much with that.
What's your unlimited plan?
4 gigs. I don't use that much internet. It's 4 gigs that I can use.
And what's your plan?
4 gigs.
But like, what do you? The thing with Spectrum is that like, you either get 3 gigs at 42 or you get unlimited at 45.
Unlimited at 45.
Unlimited at 45.
That's not bad at all.
Right.
I could probably do that.
But you also get 4 gigs.
I've been looking into it, and it's always been like 90,
you can
100,
buy
right?
the gig.
So
if I just use 1 gig, I only pay $14.95 for that.
45 would make sense.
$14.95.
Yeah. 45 for unlimited though. This is what I would do.
Yeah, but you can also do buy the gig. So if you only
No, I would just do unlimited though. It wouldn't matter.
But if you're always like, for me in the wintertime, I'm going to switch to buy the gig, and I'm going to spend less than 1 gig a month.
In winter, I'd use it more.
But I'd be at my house and I'd be on Wi-Fi.
True.
You're not using your data.
True. Very true. Why didn't I think of that? True.
So you can just pay there's been months where I paid $14.95 for my monthly phone bill.
Okay.
And then you just, like when I travel to Arizona and stuff, when I know I'm going to be using navigation and then
that's Pandora, a sick deal. I may switch into that.
You just go to the app, mobile, and then you go switch to unlimited.
Okay.
And then it just automatically switches whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm at a good point where I can do that.
And it's the best service around.
Fuck yeah. That'd be cool.
It's the best service.
I might be doing that.
Can you use 3G?
So what towers are you using though when you're...
It's all Verizon.
All Verizon? That's what I'm using. So...
But
I love Verizon in this area.
It costs less though.
Right. No, it'd be... if I'm using the 45, it'd be like... It'd be just a touch more.
If you had a solo plan.
Also, I owe my parents, so honestly, it'd be a lot more. Because I haven't paid for a few months, but... Well, my dad bought a drift boat. We were talking about getting a drift boat, so he found one, and I've been paying him off on that. So I kind of forgot about my phone bills for a minute. Whatever. Okay, so we got on a tangent. All right. Seltzers. We talked about it. We don't need to talk anymore, right? We're good.
I love seltzers, dude. Mangoes. There's 5%, 24 ounces. Come on, man.
Bud Light, sponsor us. No.
I got the mango one to crack here in a second.
IPA. So before we move on, what else are you planned? What else do you have planned coming up here in the future, man?
Well,
with the Rush Voorhis outdoors.
Honestly, lately I've been more focused on Rush Voorhis productions.
Right. Yeah, the weddings and...
Well, just like, I mean, I'm actually finding a business avenue with that.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, my latest concentration has all been on that, like professional video,
For sure.
you know, and like that
That's so
aspect.
dope. That's so dope.
Professional
I
video.
love hearing that, man. I love hearing that.
And like, I mean, I enjoy making YouTube videos, but like they, like, you know, that just doesn't pay what up to like a wedding video does.
Can I make a suggestion? You
Yeah.
tie the two together, right? You start morphing in your focus towards the production, but then you once in a while you'll throw out those little tiny funny ones, you know, that you're just running into with your buddies, right?
Yeah.
Right? And while you throw out those videos, those littler ones, you kind of try to boost your production, right? Try to just throw something in the corner in those last 10 seconds.
All of a sudden, that YouTube video edit becomes 5 extra hours longer, 6 hours extra longer. You know.
No, just at the end, say in the corner, be more like Rush Voorhis Productions and like say how you get a hold of you.
But see, that's the thing though. You can't like mold it to.
You can do it in a very slight, small way.
Yeah, people that like follow both or like cross follow, but you don't like advertise both together.
Why not?
That's a big no-no.
Why? It's your production. It's you.
Yeah, but when you
it's what you're doing like and what you want to do with
YouTube
your
isn't
with
professional though. Right, that's the association.
But you wouldn't be doing the production if it wasn't for YouTube. What are you talking about? They are obviously tied together.
Yeah, but it's not.
And the people that are hiring you for the production know about the YouTube. How is it not tied?
Not really. Not at all, dude. Brides don't know I do like fishing videos on YouTube.
How did they find you then? How did they find you?
Through their wedding videos.
Okay.
Right, so like,
but that's what I'm saying is like
I'm not
you
interested
can
in
still
them,
keep
like,
that side, the other production. If they're finding you from other Rush Voorhis productions, that doesn't
but they're
stop.
not. They're not. That's not.
But there's a
production,
possibility of you throwing out a YouTube video and catching somebody that's like, "Hey, I have a wedding coming up. I love Rush.
Yeah.
Will he do a video for me?"
Yeah. See,
Right?
I have my own.
But that
YouTube,
wouldn't stop your other line.
That's got its own YouTube channel.
But you don't see what I'm saying?
No, I understand exactly, and I've strictly made a decision to not incorporate that in that aspect at all.
All it would take would, those last 10 seconds where you say, hey, check out these other 2 videos, right? There's a little box says, hey, subscribe to 2 videos right here. In the corner, say, get a hold of me if you need a wedding done.
Yeah,
That's all you need to do, man. A little tiny thing at the very end. Somebody might see it. One person
but
means
I'm not,
boom.
I don't know. I'm not trying to do that though.
Okay, if you that's cool.
Like,
if you're not wanting to do it, that's
not
cool.
at all.
But just hear what I'm saying.
And like I thought about it. Like,
okay,
it would make sense, but like I don't want.
Just know that you can.
I don't want YouTube viewers because everyone on YouTube's gonna look at that and go, I don't give a shit. You know.
Yeah, there might be one person.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's not going to be a professional client in general that I'm.
What do you mean? How do you even know that? You're generalizing here.
I would just rather keep them very separate.
You can
as separate as I possibly can because I don't want any of that to like cross correlate. You know, like they're designed to be separate, not the same, or anything resembling each other.
I can see.
Even though on my website
sure.
I have a YouTube channel linked to my YouTube channel. That's just for people that they're like, oh, YouTube. I'm interested in YouTube videos. Click the link and they go, oh, that's fun. Like I have a link from my personal website, my Rush Force Productions website, to YouTube, and that and even that was tough for me to put in. But I was like, I want it on the website. That's it. That's the only correlation that if anyone needs to know that doesn't know already, right? Like if you don't already know me from YouTube, then you don't need to know that I do YouTube. If you're looking for a professional video. Because if they see my first YouTube video, they're going to go, nothing is professional about this. Right?
I see that.
And every other piece of content, like 200 videos plus, none of it's professional. Nothing about any of those is professional. They're YouTube videos for that specific fact, right?
That's why I'm having a hard time doing this video for Sebastian.
But see, that's the thing though. Like
I haven't been in that mind space.
I personally wanted the exact. I didn't I didn't want any correlation between the two.
Yeah,
like,
that's tough.
For instance, my mom asked me, where do I find a wedding video on your YouTube channel? And I go, that is not what I want, like, at all. Like, there's nothing about that correlation that I desire. I want professional clients for professional video, and I want fishing enthusiasts for YouTube videos. I don't want them for professional clients. Like, they're there to see the YouTube side, not the professional side. If you want the professional side, you can find that. But it's not going to be anywhere near the YouTube channel.
So, okay.
Right? Like, there's a specific correlation that I wanted to avoid 100%.
I get it, but why?
Because I just...
But I want to know why
I
didn't
like the correlation myself. I didn't think it was...
But editing a wedding video for somebody that's serious about you editing a wedding video, what's the difference?
See, here's the thing. Like, someone like Jay Seamus, Aaron Weeb's Video Man, doesn't advertise Thrive on YouTube. He's talked about it before, but he doesn't, like, correlate the two. Like, his YouTube channel is his YouTube channel.
Right.
And his professional side is...
You just proved my point, man. I'm not saying to fucking sit there and advertise for a minute.
No, I understand what you're saying, but, like, it's just one of those things where I didn't want any divergence.
But we're talking about it right now.
No, I understand, but like, this isn't like a YouTube video, you know?
I get it. So let's move on.
But, like, at the same time, if I make, like, a movie, like a film, it'll be a Rush Voorhis production. Or a Rush, just like the salmon videos, a Rush Voorhis outdoors production.
Okay. No, I get you.
You know, like, it's strictly YouTube. It's nowhere else.
You're making me
YouTube.
realize things
it's
for the future when
and,
I
like,
get into this.
YouTubers aren't like, when you actually start to follow, like, the 5% of filmmakers that make YouTube videos, they make YouTube videos and then they make professional videos. Like, they make a specific, like, this is YouTube videos, like, this is specific content. Like, it's not all this giant thing.
You're making me realize
you need to be niche, like, extremely niche, right? And, like, I'm niche with my professional stuff, and I'm building a professional portfolio and a YouTube library. Like, there's two very different things, right? A professional portfolio where it's real, like, work, and then there's YouTube videos where it's just like, you know,
I haven't even touched the professional side,
but, like,
so it's hard for me to comprehend right now.
When I talk about, like, cream of the crop, like, professional is like in a wedding video, like, you just skim the cream of the crop and it's just like, it's gorgeous footage, like, it's crisp, it's smooth, it's clean. And then, like, there's YouTube footage where it's just like, you know, like, it's just different.
Damn, it make me realize things.
But, like, it's from a professional side, though, where, like, if you started to take professional footage, you go, holy crap, this is not, like, cell phone footage, right? There's a correlation there where, like, I didn't want it to all be because it's not all the same.
For sure.
100. So, like, it can't be in the same category as a professional portfolio to, like, sell on a $6,000 video.
But you are using amazing equipment with your cameras.
Any part of YouTube for
No, I get it.
4-digit video.
No, I get you now.
You know?
Okay, I get you.
Nobody does that.
I get you.
Maybe unless you're, like, consulting or something, but, like,
all I was saying is you could pick up one person. That's one fucking badass person that's out there going, hey, I'd pay him 3 times what he's asking.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
And if they're interested, they will more.
I'd pay him 100 times what he's asking, and Rush is gonna say no. He's gonna say no.
Well, then you can contact me on my.
I'm gonna go watch somebody else on YouTube. I don't care about him anymore.
I don't mind. No, like that's the thing though. Like that's the thing.
I get you.
Once you start building,
we can move on, Rush. I get you. You don't need to keep doing this. Okay. Cameras. You mentioned something about cameras. You're obviously looking into maybe buying another one here, or you just did. What is it? Get off your phone.
Sorry,
right
Cody's
now.
talking to me about.
Get off your phone
Cody's talking
right
about...
now. No, I don't care. Yeah.
What did you just ask me?
Turn off your phone. Mine's on airplane mode.
It's off.
It's on airplane mode?
We got the mango seltzer.
It's on airplane mode?
No, but it's on silent.
So disrespectful.
My fishing partner just texted me about...
This motherfucker, he's sitting across from his fishing partner, and he disrespects me like, no, I'm kidding you. I get you, I know.
Just saying.
What cameras are you getting? You mentioned cameras, so you're obviously interested in...
the Panasonic lineup. I was just talking to a wedding photographer about this. She was talking to me about, like, video and... there's another tag. She was talking to me about, like, video and, like, other stuff, you know? And, like, with her Sonys. And, like,
Do you want to pause? You can have your phone back, but we're going to pause.
I only use Panasonic.
Okay.
Panasonic. The full lineup. Not the full lineup, but, like, the GH5 and G7 Micro Third setup. Gorgeous for video application. I don't know. Some people use Sonys. Some people use Canons. I think the only other comparison would be like a Fuji XT3 or something. They can do like a 4K at 60, you know, in 10-bit color profiles. So you're going to get decent colors. Granted, 10-bit is going to be better, but that's only full HD.
But that... So when you're talking about prices, what would you suggest, though?
You're looking at, I mean, you need to spend $2,000 on just the body of a camera.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of people are like, all right, I have $500 to spend. What can I get?
But see, here's the thing. It's not the camera, it's the filmmaker.
For sure.
Right? There's a very important dynamic there that, like, you could give a great filmmaker an iPhone, and they've done this. They've made movies on iPhones.
Oh, yeah.
You give the right filmmaker an iPhone, and game over.
True.
Because he knows how to manipulate that lens perfectly for the application that's needed.
Can we talk about the editing software they're using too, though? Because I mean, you have to have a decent editing software to do stuff.
They made movies on iPhones and then took that footage, put it in iMovie, and made a movie.
Damn, that's impressive. Okay,
not a lot of people do it, but I mean that's how.
Okay. What movie
that, like,
though? I would like to look into that. Though.
I mean, I can look it up if I had my phone. But no, you like.
Are you gonna stay off of it, dude?
No, I'm just saying. My fishing partner sent me text. I told him.
I just fucking missed
But what I'm saying is that, like, yeah, it's not the camera, it's the filmmaker, and then the filmmaker gets the correct tool. The hunter gets the correct gun for the job. Mm-mm. You buy the correct binoculars. You buy the correct rangefinder, the scope, the rifle, the bullet, the gunpowder.
Yeah.
The ballistic tip, right? Like, it all plays into the final clap, the final bang, the final back.
Yeah, but some people just don't know how to shoot, man.
Some people just don't get it.
Some people just don't get it.
For instance, some people think photography and videography, like, it's honestly so similar because you're using the same camera or different cameras for very different purposes. Like, photographers take photos, videographers tell a story a very different way. Like, I was just talking to a wedding photographer, like, at the last wedding this weekend about this. Like, she's like, yeah, I could take, like, a bunch of photos incorporating B-roll, you know, but, like, it's just not the same.
Right.
Because, like, I tell a story in a video. She tells a whole story in a photo.
Right.
Or a series of photos.
Right.
You know, like, it's just so different.
Yep.
And, like, the way you take a photo is different than the way you take a video.
Yep.
And, like, videographers do video and photographers do photo.
For sure.
And they generally don't cross.
Right.
I mean, they can do it, but they just don't. Like, I don't get photos.
I don't get photos.
I don't get photos.
I don't get it.
I take my camera, my $2,500 camera setup, and I put it down and I grab my Samsung Galaxy S9 for photos.
Right.
Because it's auto, it's just, like, I don't get photos.
It's so funny.
I can't take a photo.
I didn't know that was the S9, because I have the S9 Plus, so it just looks so much different.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have the same phone for the most part.
It, yeah. Panasonic lineup, though, strictly for video. Because it has the built-in image stabilization. It's got a lot of frame rates, a lot of color profiles. I mean, it's a cinema camera. It's 7 years old. So, I mean, it's an older camera.
Yeah.
But it's insanely, like, advanced. I mean, people are still buying it today, like, for their first camera. like real camera, you know?
Right, right.
Like
And
it's
are they a little discounted now that they're a little older? I mean, are they
but
still
hold their value.
2,000 or are they, what are they?
They're probably $1,300 for a body right now.
Yeah.
You might be able to find one cheaper.
And, yeah. That,
but brand new.
For sure. I like that.
I don't know if they make them brand new. I'm sure they do. Mine was brand new when I bought it 2 years ago.
That's the next thing is I'm looking into getting an actual camera. Because I just have those GoPro 7s
like
and my Samsung 9 Plus, but
like
they do amazing jobs.
Once you like
but
put it into a
actual
timeline,
camera, oh god,
you've seen the difference.
Oh, it's so much better, man. So much better.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it just until you like edit a video and you go, oh, this footage is like.
But then like you handed me those cameras, man, and I'm trying to do my best. But dude, there's 1,000 buttons on these things. Maybe not that many, but there's a ton of buttons compared to a GoPro. You hit play.
Well, and there's just so much.
That's
to
it.
learn.
Like, I mean, there's some settings, but you have all that ready. Hit play.
Yeah.
You know, but then you hit play on that, and you're like, okay, there's this button here. I gotta zoom here. I gotta. There's so much of shit. They're amazing contraptions.
Once you see this Roundup Football high school video, you're gonna be like, damn, dude, Rush did that. That's just a high school hype video.
I'd like to see it, man.
Like it's gonna be dope.
All right.
That was another thing that I've been doing. High school
Call it
hype.
out. What was it?
The Roundup Panther high school hype video 2020.
All right.
Like it's gonna be sick. I got the song picked out today. That took people don't understand how like long it, and I have to license the music to the song.
Yep.
So I have to like pay for the song.
Yep.
You know, you just get a free song and just put over your.
I'm not even close to that point where I'm like I'm not paying for a song.
I pay for
right
music.
Now. Right. Exactly. I'm not to that point yet.
And most creators don't need to be.
No.
Most creators don't need to be.
Especially like those cartoon ones. For the most part, a while I'm just gonna run off of some basic stuff. Right.
If YouTube deems it, or if anyone deems it, whatever, they're just gonna throw ads and take the money for it.
I made a video for my grandma when she passed away, and I used a unlicensed video, but I was okay with it because it was just for us. Like I'm not gonna like put it out there.
If you're making a Microsoft PowerPoint, use whatever song.
I was like, I want this fucking song.
Yeah. Like, I
this song is mine.
I made my grandma's
because it means a lot to me.
Thing, you know,
and my grandma
video. But yeah, it's just there's so many things to a camera.
There is.
But like the footage, when you look at it, or like anyone that cares enough to like know a difference, like when I watch an actual movie, I appreciate the actual camera work and the image so much more now. Because I'm like, that's a gorgeous footage. This footage is insanely beautiful.
Right.
It
makes you want to re-watch it to edit it together and make it even better.
I love behind the scenes.
Cut out those exactly.
Like watching,
you know what I'll do is as I'm editing my video, I'm like, that's a cool behind the scenes. I'll throw it at the very end.
Yeah.
And then like save it off as a as a edited behind the scenes and have like a whole behind the scenes thing sometimes,
Or like watching a dude like take a glide cam over a stick and like walk over a stick with the smoothest footage possible.
Right.
Like in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, like walking through a river, like just the smoothest footage, like crazy shit. Like crazy stuff. Like walking a $60,000 camera, like just through crazy stuff.
You did this?
Like it, just like people.
Oh, I was like
people who make gorgeous footage, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's like, damn, dude, you shot that on what? Like, once you see them, like most people just don't get it. You know, like they just don't get it.
Oh, I definitely don't get it.
Like what it takes to make like a Hollywood film.
Right.
It doesn't take much, but like it takes so much more than you think. The
cameras they're using are redonkulous.
And to like actually film, like after being on the production side of things and seeing how difficult it is for like a scene to like or for a director to get the shot that he wants. That's insane. Sometimes it just happens naturally.
The thing is though, is they're like, it's even fabricated and it's hard to do, right?
Or like, yeah, it's just crazy.
What you're doing out fishing trying to make a story together. I mean, if you're actually trying to make a story out of it, that's hard to do just in the moment, right? It's not really fabricated.
But see, you gotta have personality at that point. That just takes over.
It's all about personality. It's all about it. Yeah.
Just like in this latest YouTube video, like I'm like telling the viewer like, we're gonna catch some smallmouth bass, maybe some cats here later. Like I already knew what was gonna happen, just because like I just kind of had a feeling, you know. And I was like, we're gonna be dialed up here shortly, and then like at the end of the video, it like happens, and it's just like it's a whole thing, you know. Like from the start of the day, I was like, this is how like this fish are stacked in these certain locations because there's things happening in the river system that stack fish,
right?
Just build fish, like in a giant location, and people ask me about it, and I'm like, this is just. For me, it's common sense.
Yeah,
you just like absolute common sense.
We also have to talk about this, man. You also have to talk about the fact that you're out there. Yeah. You're trying it. You have a boat. You're getting onto the boat ramp. You're setting sail. Right, going a couple miles down and hitting places that people can't hit with on the bank. Right,
and there, if you walk to the bank, you don't generally get to like walk too far up and down it.
Exactly,
because you're limited.
Yeah,
like very limited. So.
If you have a real good day, you're going 3 miles down that river. Because let's be honest,
300 feet.
I'm saying a real good day.
Oh yeah,
a real good day, dude. And that's not stopping.
Yeah.
That's just like cast, catch a fish. You just keep moving though. Cast, 3 miles is a long fucking way. Maybe 3 miles is too much. That's a long way. But that's 3 miles on the river. I'm not talking 3 miles bird's eye, right?
Even on like Rock Creek, 2.5 miles is a long day.
Oh, it's a long ways, man. That's a long ways. River is just another level. 3 miles is way too much. But you know what I'm saying.
I could float that.
If you're... Dude, you could float that in less than half a day. If you just went straight through. It would take a couple hours.
You could float 5 miles a day.
No, you could float like 15.
No.
Yes, you can. People do it.
In a canoe or a raft, but in like if you're like trying to fish it, like pulling over.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't stop.
You could do maybe 3 miles a day.
Telling you what, dude, people drop in at the after bay and go to the 13 mile in a day. They do it.
Yeah.
That's 13 miles. You can do 2 more miles. Just push it. Wake up an hour earlier, fucker.
I suppose you could.
You could do it.
People do 1 to 13 and then 1 to 3 again.
We've done Afterbay to 3 and took our sweet ass time and still got done at like 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially if the river's flowing.
So, I don't know. You can do 15.
Yeah.
20. Walking 2 is a bitch.
Yeah, what
No, it's a bitch. So it's just a complete... let's go back, though, to that first point. You actually went, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying, like, but they just sat on the couch, right? You gotta go, right? So there's that. You wanted to talk about balance in life and that kind of stuff earlier. Like, it's important.
Yeah.
You gotta focus on what you want to do with your life. But then you have to have that balance of just going out and trying new things, going to the river and looking at these holes and throwing 100 casts through a pocket and realizing that's not what you're looking for, right? You need to spend an evening in misery to then the next evening come back out and look at that pocket and go, let's go to that next one, right? Let's work a little bit harder, trudge through those bushes, get on the other side. Fuck, there's a fish, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody didn't go that far, right? Like shit like that. And you're doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
You go to Fort Peck, dude. That place should have a city built on it because of the fishing there.
It does.
Like a big city. Come on, like the closest city is Billings. Like a big city.
It should actually be Williston.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. But I mean, that's still 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
2.5.
To the tip, to Fort Peck. That's not bad at all.
No.
But two and a half to some world-renowned fishing.
Yeah.
That's a long ways.
Fort Peck's a gem.
You gotta remember, man, you live in Montana. So to us, 2.5 is not much.
And there's some people that spend like every day on a summer run for a
There's
bike.
a
I'm like,
lot of people thinking about, I want to go do this fishing. Wait, I have to go somewhere and then drive 2.5 hours or like something like that. You know, they're like, I'm out. You know, to them, that's a long time.
yeah.
It's a long time to be driving. That's not traffic. That's road time.
Yeah.
You're not sitting in traffic going a mile every hour. That's I don't know. There's a whole nother aspect.
Montana's a special place like that. People travel all around the world to come here.
The importance of balance. Balance.
Yeah, I was just telling Cody, like, there's some trips that we go on that I'm like, dude, I'm not filming this shit, dude.
Yes.
I'm just not gonna, just because like I'm not trying to film this, you know?
Yep. No, I mean, I'm on the same page as you right now. Also, I just have a backlog of shit that I can't get to. So, it, like, doesn't make sense to videotape catching 1-pound bass all the time, right? Like,
I was just like, I don't know. It doesn't really interest me. And just like with the walleye stuff, like, we just caught 50, 12-inch walleyes. Nothing about these things interested me right now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
I hear
know,
where you're coming from there. But then going out and trying is a whole nother thing. Right?
It depends
you got to go.
The style of content you want to make, you know? If you're like trying to catch like 10-pound bass and you don't catch any of them, it's like a goal not met. But if you're like trying to catch, if you're trying to get someone on their first walleye and they catch 20, 15-inch walleye, you're like stoked as hell.
For sure.
There's a difference there, you know?
For sure. The same fish, different person.
Yeah.
Means a completely different thing. Yeah. Yeah, like I went to Broadview on Sunday. I went out there, got up there, and I mainly just wanted to get out and catch the sunset, or sunrise. Sorry. Well, the sunrise. And I did.
That's when I went to the wedding, dude. And me and Maddie stayed, we got back into town at 2 a.m.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Wait, you got back at 2 a.m.
Because
on Sunday morning.
On Friday, right? You wanted to go on Saturday?
No. I went on Sunday. So Saturday was the tournament.
Saturday. The wedding was Saturday.
I ran a disc golf tournament on Saturday, and then Sunday I went fishing.
All my college buddies were like, "Yeah, dude, where are you?" And I'm like, "About to eat dinner with my girlfriend." Like I literally just opened up a burger for my girlfriend.
On what was this? What day?
It was Saturday at 6:45 in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
My old college roommate calls me and goes, "Rush, come to Red Lodge now." And I'm like, "What's going on in Red Lodge?" He goes, "Tucker's getting married." And I'm like, "What? I was supposed to film this wedding. Why didn't I get invited to this, you know?" And he goes, "Well, you're invited now. Come on up." And
Wait,
I'm like,
what?
I'll be there.
So it was a last minute videotaping?
No, it was a last minute come to fucking Red Lodge because your best friends are here. And
you were videotaping us?
No.
Oh, I thought you were videotaping.
I had talked to Tucker and Megan about videotaping their wedding.
I was like, fuck, that's last minute. I wouldn't have done it,
and
dude.
I was like, dude, why did nobody tell me about this?
That's crazy.
Because they probably, I don't know, but, so I showed up there and there was, yeah. And then we didn't get back.
That's it?
We didn't leave Red Lodge until like 1:15 in the morning.
Damn.
Like,
because you didn't have any place to stay or anything.
Well, we were at Buddy's cabin and there was like some bunk beds. And I was like, I'm not sleeping in a bunk bed with my girlfriend.
You know what?
I'm driving my ass back to Billings.
Driving back is not that bad anymore since they changed the route of that road. There's that portion at night where there's all those intersections coming in. I mean, hundreds of intersections, and they rerouted it. That's a great move, man. Great move.
Not hundreds of intersections.
I would say so. There's a lot in there. Maybe double digits, but maybe not 200, but in the 100. In the hundreds.
The way they made it.
There's a lot, man.
The way they made it, it was...
Because it was like 10 miles or so of just straight intersection after intersection after intersection. It's like
people coming on the road?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there's all those houses that are along the road, and they all have their own streets.
The way they made it was so nice.
Going all around it?
Dude.
Yeah.
Fly.
Yeah. It's way safer.
I don't want to say I'm breaking the law.
People in accidents and get in... Was that you that posted the deaths of COVID in Montana compared to the deaths on the highway?
That was me. Yeah.
Was that you? That was you? That was crazy.
And then
what was it? It was like what 24
like
deaths.
83 Montana highway deaths.
Highway deaths, yeah.
26 Montana
26.
COVID deaths.
Right. Yeah.
And then people were
Just
like,
this year.
Yeah.
For the highway
like,
deaths.
Oh, you don't. This makes COVID irrelevant, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure. It's funny you say that because you're interpreting.
Facts are facts.
You're interpreting this fact.
Facts are facts.
This is a fact.
Right.
And like, I'm not
It's
saying...
just interesting.
I'm not
like,
saying anything.
this is an interesting
I'm not saying
fact.
anything.
Right.
That anyone's... And then my exact response was, is Breonna Taylor's death irrelevant because she died from bullets, not COVID?
I don't understand.
And then it was just like, people take life so... Like, oh, these deaths don't matter. I think you're the psychopath at this point. Because you think a life lost is less important than anyone else's life that is lost.
Right.
Because
it's
you're
man,
the one
I can get in a lot of trouble for this, but it's kind of similar to the All Lives Matter thing.
It's similar to like
it's
a school
similar.
shooting.
And
then
that too.
People are like, well, if he would have used a single shot musket, he would have only killed 2 people. And I go, oh, is 2 people better than 13? You act like 2 people dead is better than 13 dead. In my reality, they're all the same because it's all.
So
one death is more than enough.
Dead is dead. We need to end there and figure out how we fix all of it.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter how many were dead.
The
argument is that happened. How do we
less.
stop that from happening and killing anybody?
There's less death.
Stop with everything in between there. Everything in between.
Stop comparing the two. Like one is more important.
It doesn't matter.
Or less than the other.
It doesn't matter because we need to stop all of it.
And that's the point.
It doesn't matter.
But it's like the point of the meme was like, oh, our lives.
The point of the meme is to tell you that what you're hearing on in the media is not the most important thing ever, right? So everything in the media is COVID, riots, right? What about all these other things?
Where in reality,
what about
those
them all?
car deaths
what about everything else?
Infants through like the entire adult spectrum.
Right.
Whereas COVID is like 15 of like the 20 deaths in Yellowstone County are like from a nursing home, memory care.
Yeah.
They're all like 90 plus years old.
The majority of deaths from this are
extremely old.
The age of the average age of death, right? The average age of death or above.
Yeah.
That's the majority of deaths from this. Like to a massive degree.
Yeah.
That's not saying that people aren't getting it.
Yeah.
But they're just not dying from it at those ages. They're dying from it at these other ages, right? But it's above. It's either at that age, right? The average age death or above, which can be skewed. I get that. I get that.
And there's all sorts of deaths in between, but like like you said, on a massive scale. It's like 80 plus.
I was gonna say.
Plus,
I was gonna say, yeah.
Massive scale.
And I don't know the numbers. Look into it yourself. We are idiots sitting here drinking beer. Like, don't listen to us. But you get
listen
the
to
point.
the CDC and the World Health Organization, though.
Yeah, but the CDC, I might be wrong too, but I heard that the CDC, I think, was thinking about getting rid of this as being a pandemic. Because of the death rate is just not that high from it. There's so many people getting this and not dying from it.
Well, see, here's the thing.
But they're fucked up.
At what
they
point?
Get fucked up from it.
At what point do we shut down the economy because people are simply contracting a virus?
Which we do at all times. We just fight most of them off.
Our entire lives, we've been contracting and disregarding viruses.
What happened when the flu came?
How did I survive 27 years?
We started getting more immune to it.
How did I survive 27 years and not need a mask?
No. That's a small portion of not needing a mask. 27 years. How did we go thousands of years? Like Asia had to do it, but we have no records of anybody else other than Asia having to like wear masks and shit. Like that's wrong.
I'm just saying,
because they just didn't know back in the day. That's a stupid statement.
I'm gonna go on the record and say masks help for sure.
Maybe they just didn't know. I don't know.
How did I survive 27 years?
That was a dumb statement. Don't listen to me.
How did any of us survive without wearing a mask?
Well,
This is how. Pre-2020, how did any of us survive without needing a mask?
This is how. Because your immune system fights off on average about 10-ish things all the time. All the time. They're fighting off things in your body at all times. This is just one thing that they can't quite fight off, which is very interesting.
Most immune systems can just totally get rid of it.
No. Yeah, to a degree. So there's recorded NBA players that are peak performance, man. Peak performance. They got it, didn't have any effects from it, recorded that they actually had it, and now months after they've had it, they still can't quite get energy back, right? So they're NFL or NBA players, right? So they need to be running down the court for a long period of time. It doesn't quite stop with NBA, so you have to have an endurance, and they just don't have it. So the COVID, for some weird reason, is like block that from them, which is weird, dude. That's weird. I don't get it. So, but that's something that you got to think about for like peak performance. People still are getting affected by this. They might not be dying from it, or for being in the hospital for 2 weeks, sick as shit, like some people who have been in peak performance and had that happen to them, and still are having effects from it after. Like, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. The death rate is an interesting one because the death rate's just not that high.
I mean, it's climbing, but like,
dude, there is
none of it makes sense.
There's so many more people in Montana that have it right now.
None of it makes sense.
Holy shit, there's a lot of people in Montana that have it. It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people had it last winter.
Might have, yeah.
I don't see how people even into 2018 didn't have it.
Well, the very first podcast we did, I think we mentioned that there's people that recorded it back in like January and stuff. Yeah, you know. So
there's no way that was the first case.
But I think there's a lot of people that are just freaked out about all this. Had something weird happen to them, and they're like COVID, and then they got tested, and it was shown that they never had it. So
and there's like Dr. Burke said, so many.
There's weird things.
Half the tests are false positives.
For sure. Yep.
That was by Dr. Burks, you know. So who really knows? And
I don't know, man.
The CDC and WHO has changed their position on like masks, and science has changed its position so many times. It's like, listen.
You know what? I'm gonna change the topic because
just a virus.
Come on, everybody's talking about COVID right now. I'm gonna change the topic by saying this. I love that everything we said right now about COVID probably had some like fishing video or hunting video or something going on. You know what I mean? Like something lighthearted. We're like, fish, this is awesome. And we're talking about COVID, death. Okay, let's move on. How about that? I had a couple interesting trips happen lately that I haven't posted yet, but okay. Negative shit happened in my life. We're going to get over it. We're moving on. We're doing it. But I need to edit this bear trip that I went on.
Yeah.
I don't think I've talked about this yet on a podcast. Dude, my brother nailed it. Nailed it this year. Did I tell you about this trip?
No. So
we went up No Tell 'em Creek. It's north of Go Fuck Yourself. No. It's in the Beartooth.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you that, but good luck from there.
Good spot to shoot bears.
Oh yeah, everybody knows this. But the spot to actually go, it's hard. You know, you got to get lucky to shoot a bear for one.
Yeah.
You got to just get lucky. So, or be able to bait them, but you're in Montana, so you got to get lucky. So we go up on this trip, man, and be honest, man, I know this. You gotta get fucking lucky, right? So I'm like, not high hopes, which is a good thing, because if you have high hopes, you're gonna get let down. So go into it just lighthearted, just know that you're gonna have fun no matter what. And we did, man. So my brother-in-law brings up this camper, and my brother and I and brother-in-law go up there, keep our social distancing in a camper. It was great. You know what? Whatever. I don't care.
No one's doing any of that bullshit. That's the thing, though. No one's doing any of the bullshit.
Right. So we go up there. Let's go on to the bear trip. We're done with COVID. We first day we try to find our bearings, go up this little trail. It doesn't work out. We get back and we decide that on the map, like, we're gonna go to this other spot. So we pack up camp, right? Legit pack up fucking camp and put everything back in the camper, take down everything, and then drive down this shitty ass road where we have to go like 20 miles per hour to get down this road. Bumpy everywhere with the big old camper. We finally get up there. We set our camper up where we want to be for that night because then we're going to focus on our hunt for the next day, right? We're focusing on the next day, Sunday, our last day.
Right.
Kill it that day, right? So we get there. We have about 3 hours left of light, and we're like, all right, camp set up for the night. Let's get out there. Let's go find where we want to be ready for the sunrise the next morning. And we're on the way going out. And we on the map, we could like actually see it up there on the hill too. But it's like a couple ridges we got to get to. They're a long ways. It's very rolling ridges. And we get over the second one and we just peek over the top, right? And we're like, all right, let's stop real quick and glass the way out there, the vast expanse. And we're glassing, we're sitting there for probably like 20 minutes. I'm not kidding, dude. About 20 minutes we're looking out there. And nothing, couldn't see anything, couldn't even see a deer out there. You know, we're looking for miles, right? And then all of a sudden my brother, he puts his glasses down, his binoculars down, and he goes, all right, guys, we should probably get up to the next ridge. Oh my God, there's a bear! He looks over to his left, and there's like 20 yards from us down in the coulee on the left. This chocolate phase 5.5 foot bear. This is like grazing. Just right there, dude. So we're like, shit! So we all pile out, and but like we get out, we're so like we don't know what's going on because we're not ready for this. And my brother, he gets the gun. By the time we all get out, the bear gets into the trees. So we're like, okay, so let's get off the road, get off the road to a legal distance, right? And he posts up, and he waits for the bear to get out of the trees, and fucking shoots it at like 550. Yeah, no joke. Boom! Bwah! You know, it was that long. And big old thump. You know, you hear it, and the bear goes, whoa, whoa, fuck! Oh, what was that? Goes spinning around, right? Goes into the trees, and he goes down into the trees, and kind of disappears from us. So we gather our shit real quick, and I get my camera. I'm like, all right, I'm ready, go. So I'm following them. I'm getting this all on video. I have it all on video, so I need to edit this, dude. It's super sick. So we're going down the valley, and we get around the trees, and we're like, okay, he might be right around these trees. And we poke around. He's like 150 from us at this point, and you could see him sitting there like scraping around, you know, like he's like, fuck, what was that? He's still pissed. He's growling. You can hear him, and boom, plap, you know, because we're like, and he gets pissed again. He comes right back. Dude, he took 3 solid shots before he went down.
He died.
Yeah, man. My brother's like 4, and then he like finally killed over. He's like, oh my God, like, like what the hell?
They're just fucking insane.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Imagine shooting with a bow.
Exactly.
Took 4 shots with the fucking rifle. Clap.
Gorgeous chocolate phase bear, man. Gorgeous bear. It was cool. It's fun. I need to edit that video together.
Right. The last hunt that I went on, I just walked around. I didn't even film it.
Those are the times where you'll have something where you'll have a story like this, but not the video. You know.
Yeah.
Like I could sit here and talk for hours on hunting stories that I just don't have video of, you know?
Yeah, I definitely want to do a hunting video, but like I just want to be able to like do it correctly. And capture the story for what it is, you know? And be able to like do it.
You of all people would understand that you just need to get out there and start doing it to at one point be able to capture it, right? Because you got to try and fail a lot of times to figure out what you need to do in certain situations. You can't like have that key moment and it be your first time out there trying to videotape yourself, right? So there's gonna be so so much footage that you're just gonna be like, trash bin. I may just keep that.
Yeah, I had to take a little sneezer there. You definitely have to learn how to film it correctly.
For sure. For sure. Even when you're on a 8 by 18 foot, well, not even that, 6 by 18 foot boat, and that's all you have to work with. You still need time and error and, to figure out what angles work and what angles don't.
And especially
hunting is way different.
And when you change your camera, you got to change your lens. You got to change your perspective of it. You can I can sit from here to your pool table, but I can zoom in on a certain thing.
So think about this, man. I'm trying to make hunting videos with GoPro 7s. There's no zooming in with that shit.
You have I bought you a GoPro 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you did. Yeah, you replaced what I had. Right. I forgot about that. Yeah. That was a fun day. So who do you mind? I mean, you already mentioned it. So whoever doesn't know, accidentally, tell the story, because you were
I went to go
trying to change something, right?
The GoPro beeped full SD card, full 64 gig SD card.
Right.
And I go, I'm just gonna. It was mounted on the claw clamp on the windshield on the passenger side over the boat, like on the water side. And I went to just go unscrew the GoPro, and it just jettisoned out of the clamp. And I caught the screw, but the GoPro fell in the water. And I've never seen something sink so fast.
Full SD card.
Full SD card and a GoPro Hero 7 DJ's brand new Hero GoPro 7.
Which,
out of all the cameras to lose, that's the one I lost.
Which next time he saw me, he had a brand new one waiting for me. So to be honest, I kind of forgot about it, because it didn't even there's no change to me, right?
You just got a new camera.
Yeah.
If someone destroyed my GH5 and then had a brand new body for me, I'd be like, oh, sick.
Dope. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, it's brand new? Nice. Cool.
I have one that's fucking up on me. It's probably my older one. I've had some footage just completely gone. Never even actually took it. Yeah. It was weird. Multiple times.
On a GoPro?
Yeah.
GoPros are weird like that.
They are. I gotta check it every few minutes if it's on. Just make sure that it's ticking away. If it's not, I gotta stop it and restart it.
Yeah.
You're like, lost that footage.
They're so weird.
Yeah.
File corrupted. Oh, you just told me I lost 45 minutes?
Right. Of the big fish. The only big... Come on.
That's why I love my Hero 3 Blacks, because they're actually pretty reliable.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're it's 1080p at 60 frames a second, so
it's like 5%. About 5% of footage is lost, which is way too much. That's way too much.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why I want to get the DJI Osmo Action.
I don't know what that is.
It's the DJI version of the GoPro.
Okay.
It's an action
I didn't know
camera.
they were making that.
Yep.
I brought up Broadview the other day, man, just because we were talking about getting out, keeping variety in your life. Got to get out there. No camera. Went out there and caught 54 largemouth bass in about 4 hours, dude.
On the Wacky Rig Psycho?
Oh, yeah, baby. It's just so fun being it. Like, you sit there, you're thinking of things in life, like what, playing a podcast or something.
Who taught you that?
And then all of a sudden, like, you just have this reaction. Like, you have this like, you feel that twitch in the right kind of twitch. And as you're, like, completely spacing, you just, like, bam, back into it, baby. You're like, fish on, here we go.
Who taught you that method?
Oh, I love it, baby. Dude, I don't know, man.
Isn't it fun?
You didn't teach me it, but you taught me some tips.
You taught me to use it.
To use it to a maximum level.
Implement this strategy at a 100% effort, and you will see absurd
numbers. You maximized my wacky rigged efforts. Yeah.
Over here, clap.
What a lot of it was placement that you were teaching me.
Yeah.
You know, and placement and patience. You gotta go slow with them. Very slow.
Let it sink.
Yeah. And that's what I've been doing, man. Is instead of like a 2-second, 3-second sink, I'll depending on where I'm at, because I'll pull it off the weeds so I don't get snagged.
Yeah.
Because that's the key. You just can't get snagged. If you don't get snagged, and you have patience, you just know that it's out of the weeds while it's sinking, and then you twitch it a couple times to keep it out of the weeds, you will get a hit.
Oh yeah.
You will fucking get a hit.
They inhale it.
It's crazy. I'm not kidding. If you throw it to the right spot and just have patience, you'll get a hit every single cast. It's nuts.
We should put my trolling motor on your boat.
Hail to the yes. But why don't we just take your boat? Your tiny
I sold it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But we can take my trolling motor and just mount it to the side of your boat.
Mm-hmm.
And just...
Dude, I go faster with the paddles, but it's man-made.
No, you wouldn't.
Maybe not with your trolling motor, but there's been every other trolling motor that I've raced out there, I have beaten every one of them.
Yeah, but you don't have to sit there and row it.
Oh, that's another
down.
thing.
You just,
but like, come on, dude. Beer. Come on, man. I'm looking pretty good right now. No. And it wouldn't be really the bicep anyways. It would be more like your back and your chest. It would be the chest, yeah. And in being skinny, you just can't see that shit.
You're like a stick, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm strong, though. I'm like those Russians.
Strong like ox. Strong like ox.
So, are you going to get the Neuralink?
No, I don't know what that is.
So Elon Musk has been talking about making this thing where he puts it in, it's a little chip of some sort or device, I'm not sure. He puts it in near your brain or in your temple, somewhere around your head, and it has links to your brain. This sounds so sci-fi and fake, it doesn't even make sense, right? But look at what else he has done in the last 5 years. Like, he's done some he's done some crazy things. Sending a Tesla up with just a dummy, just for fun. Like, he's a badass dude.
He's badass.
So
anyone who names their son that name,
Tesla.
No,
what is it?
His son is
What is his son's name?
It's like.
And does this pertain?
X, Archangel.
What?
And then a symbol.
Okay. Talk about this in a second. Let's talk about. So, he is making and is very, very confident that it'll be out soon. And if he is confident about it, I trust it because he's backed everything so far. I trust you, right? So he is very confident that they're developing and coming out with this device that. Have you seen the movie Limitless? Maybe not to that degree, but something similar to where you can just process and think of things to, like, I don't know, throw a number out there, 10 times faster than what you're doing right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just so much production.
That's crazy. And I'm the loser that nobody cares about, that I'm jumping on this bandwagon. Like, if it works, hell yeah, I'm in.
I'll be working all day.
I'll do it. Let's go. Test dummy. I won't, don't make me pay a dime. I'll be your test dummy. Let's go.
Free Neuralink. This is a
free Neuralink.
Let's
do this. Let's do this. Yeah.
Take it out when I desire.
Or I die in surgery. Like, yeah. Nobody's gonna miss. No, just kidding. No, there's people that would miss me. For sure. But it's not like I'm Elon Musk, right?
There's people that would miss me.
I'm not Elon Musk, though, right? Like, my funeral would be 30 people, not thousands. Like,
there might be a few more.
32.
39.
Yeah. I had 39? I was famous! No. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so on board with that.
If it works, it works, you know? Some people are afraid of convenience.
But it wouldn't be convenience. Because life just goes on, right?
It's absolute convenience. Some people are scared of, like, PayPal and Venmo. Right? Convenience at its finest.
Knowing everything and knowing things would be a convenience compared to, like, if you're the only one.
No, but giving someone access to your thoughts and shit.
That might be a possibility with that.
They can build Neuralink. They can build a tracker thinking what you think. Knowing what you think. Tracking what you think.
They control you at some point. Turn you into their own little robot.
If it's controlled to your brain, how could they not?
I don't understand any of it and don't pretend to. So you might be 100% right.
I'll wait until I see a fucking vid.
A YouTube vid. I need to see that YouTube vid before I believe it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Or at least it on Fox News.
Yeah.
Or like CNN or something. You know. Then I'll believe it. But Elon Musk telling me, I'm not gonna believe this shit. Oh man.
Whatever Elon says, I'm down with though.
I'm down with it. Yeah. Obviously,
SpaceX, whatever, dude.
Yep. Have you heard of his? I can't remember the name of it off the top. I'll think of it as we're talking about it. He sent up, I think it was 60 little tiny satellites, the size of like this table or something. Something, I don't know. People that aren't watching, 5x5-ish, roughly. I don't know exactly what it is. 4x4 diameter, some sort. Satellites that at some point, what he's trying to do is provide the entire world with internet, which would change everything. Like, internet changed everything. Providing the world with internet would change everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense what I just said, but you know what I mean.
That's some Akon shit, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. Even bigger, man. That's even bigger, I feel. Maybe, I don't know Bitcoin at all. Don't listen to me.
Bitcoin?
Like, I don't know specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it takes a lot of specifics to probably do that. Walleye fishing. We got a big tournament coming up, leaving Wednesday, 2 days away.
You better explain yourself.
And I'm taking... Cody has to stay here and work until Friday night. So I'm taking his boat up.
Gotcha.
By myself.
Something that
$60,000
can't be done
craft.
10 minutes from now.
No, I'm just saying. That's the text that came in and I wanted to read it.
I get you. You know I'm leaving all this in, right?
Oh, yeah.
All of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because he keeps getting on his fucking phone.
I don't keep... It's 10:30, though.
Yeah, what? Repeat what you just said.
It's 10:30, though?
Yeah, but we're not done, are we? Is this off?
Nah, dude.
Don't do that.
At all. Huh?
Don't do that. You can't do that right now. Let's end it. Let's just end it.
What did you just clip it?
No, let's end this.
All right.
And not fucking do what you're trying to do right now. What are you doing? We'll spend 2 minutes just ending this bitch. I'm sorry to our listeners for the last minute of this. It was horrible. No, okay.
Nah, dude, it was the space.
But you wanted to talk about Sean O'Malley. Just mention that real quick.
Oh, Sean O'Malley.
Because you are having a boy crush on this guy.
Oh, my elbow is killing me right now, dude.
Why, practicing all these Sean O'Malley moves?
No, he's a Montana
I wish I was
fighter.
videotaping this.
He's a Montana fighter out of Helena.
He is.
Ouch, it really hurts.
He is. No, if whoever doesn't follow MMA, doesn't follow Sean O'Malley, just check this guy out. He is a badass. Watch his videos. he has some moves that'll just blow your mind. And he's from Helena, Montana. Yeah, he's a cool guy. So look him up. So
He's been doing pretty well, too.
yeah, he has.
I need to educate myself a little bit on MMA.
MMA, mixed martial arts. Check it out. UFC leading experts on that, I guess. But there's other ones like one FC, I think is one FC. Bellator is another one. Anyways, go check them out. Anything else? Seltzer. We never talked about seltzer.
Yeah, we did.
Seltzer.
Yeah, we did.
We good?
Oh yeah, we talked about seltzer.
You went deep enough on that.
We went in depth.
Okay.
On seltzers.
All right, we're gonna end it here. Rush, go fix your arm, man.
Dude, it hurt. I just hurt. What the hell did I do?
I don't know. It was fine up until the last 2 minutes of this.
Oh.
All right, man. With the arm that hurts. All right. Check out Rush Voorhis Outdoors.
Guys, Rush
his
Voorhis
videos.
Outdoors,
He
Rush
interrupted
Voorhis
me, so I'm going to keep talking over him because screw him. No, all right. Finish it up.
If you want to find me, Rush Voorhis Outdoors on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter on Rush Voorhis Outdoors. You can also, if you want to find professional type video, weddings, real estate, events, corporate events, meetings, find me on rushvoorhisproductions.com. That's RUSHVOORHISPRODUCTIONS @gmail.com. rushvoorhisproductions@gmail.com. For any professional video, let me know. There's a contact form down there.
Love it.
We do custom stuff, custom anything, custom quotes, high school videos, high school hype videos, football videos, tennis videos, soccer videos, anything you want to do. Let me know. RVP, Rush Voorhis Productions.
Also, your leading conversational duo on seltzer. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.